Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to ask Brother Scott Pledgey, Zeta 901.
All right, listen, everybody. This is a very special evening for me. In a way, it is my honor and to be able to do this. One of my pledge brothers, George Jovanovich, also known as CW, passed away. And we're very honored to have his family gathered today and to commemorate George and hang in the new Hall of Fame room the very first plaque, which I'd like you all to take a chance and look at later on. We have George's father here, George Jovanovich Sr. Woo! His wife Phyllis. Brother Dan, Jim, and Pete. Just a word or two about George. George and I both graduated in 1978, and the economy was a lot like it was now. And you know, we just took a job. And the first jobs we both had really sucked. And we communicated, and he invited me to where he was in Butler at the time, working for Montgomery Wards. And he met his beautiful wife, Phyllis, in Butler, so that worked out really well for him.
Yes, it did.
George was a really interesting guy. He was a huge sports fan. He was a Penguins fan. He loved to skate. And the other side of him, you know, he was very theatrical. He actually, you know, we would, at the end of the night, put on music, and he'd put on show tunes. And, you know, say what you will, expand your horizons.
Absolutely. Every movie line. Absolutely.
So, George and I both took this abrupt turn. George had a passion in life. He wanted to fly. And so he said, you know what? Screw this corporate world, I'm going to fly. And so through the National Guard or something, he started with the Air Force and he became a very, very successful navigator. And George flew thousands of missions in those big Stratotankers. And you know, the government entrusted him with the most expensive hardware in the whole arsenal. And he was up there at Operation Just Cause and everything.
Two wars.
Yeah. And
Two wars.
2 wars and lots of missions. And you know, it's just amazing to me. You know, I hit the gas pump gassing up, coming up here when I backed up. And George did 1,000+ missions filling up these F-15s and F-22s, 50,000 feet in the air. So it's pretty amazing. George was a great guy. He was warm. He was funny. And I'm going to tell a story now that I only told one other time to my wife. And this happened when George visited me in Washington one time. I had a daughter named Gina. And she was very severely disabled. She died in 2009. George visited me in the mid-90s, and after dinner, Gina and George and I were in the den, and I had to excuse myself. And, you know, I hope you all know somebody with a disability, but one thing about kids that are disabled is they just love to cut up. They love to carry on, they love noise, they love everything. So I'm away, and I hear my daughter making these horrible kind of screechy noises, and I went back to where we were seated, and George had taken her out of her wheelchair and had her on his lap. Now, this is a small thing to you guys, but teachers don't do that, therapists don't do that. George just looked at Gina and said, "Come on, kid, let's party." And he picked her up and put her on his lap, and for the next hour and a half, they hooted and hollered, and it was just the wildest thing. So that's the kind of guy George was. He had a big heart. And it shows with this family who's here, and I love the fact that we're brothers and we're still in touch together. And so with that, I would like to present the very first plaque in the Lambda Chi Alpha Zeta Zeta chapter Hall of Fame to George Jovanovich Jr.
I'm not the manager if I have to. You know what?
Go back, we'll take us through.
Please.